First, I would really like to say thank you and appreciate the confidence you put into awarding our grant last year. Each year we're going out on the limb a little bit, and you've had some faith in us, and we really did well this year. We hired 2 PR firms to represent us rather than do print advertising because our budget is so small. We just thought we could do better with public relations. And last year the question came up, you're hiring them to do press releases. That isn't public relations anymore. They're pitching stories, and they've been very, very active for us, and we've had some really, really great success. On about page 3, so far in completed stories, we've been on examiner.com in Seattle. We had a radio interview in Portland, and in June we'll be in Better Homes and Gardens. August, Rachel Ray Magazine, and the summer issue of Mountain Sports and Living. What's really interesting about those is we learned that these magazines have eliminated their travel budgets, so we were able to get a story in these magazines over the phone and through email. Really heavy investigating on their part, providing the photos, and it was really, really successful for us. And that's what our PR firms were doing. They're looking for the queries out there that match what we have with what they're asking for. Beyond that, we just completed a FAM tour, our first, and it was very, very exciting. It was probably the most successful disaster we could ever ask for. We had 10 journalists, very broad range, across the board, come, and we were going to do a Salmon River media tour, take them up the Salmon River, stop at the lodges, let them know just what Riggins is about, and Riggins bought in with this. And the first day, the Salmon River, we had a fluke storm, lots of debris in the river, we can't go. So 6 o'clock that morning, I'm calling Heather Kilgore on Hell's Canyon and saying, I got 10 journalists, can we come on the river? And she said, well, let me wake Kurt up and see if he wants to take the boat. And I said, okay, you got to say yes or no right now. And so she said, great, meet us at 10 o'clock, took them on the river. They had a fabulous time, had no idea what Hell's Canyon was about. None of them had ever been there. The next morning, Salmon River, lots of debris. They had such a white knuckle experience on Hell's Canyon. When Amy told them, we're not going, there was no problem. The success is they fell in love with our area. We don't have a lot of press about it, a lot of news stories. They're all coming back on an individual basis, so they'll be coming at different times of the year, and they get their choice of what they want to experience, whether it be rafting, the jet boating, day floats. So that was our success. So again, this year we're asking for a pretty healthy chunk of our money for the public relations. Every year we work really hard to figure out what's working for us, what isn't. We were really big into collateral material. The Discover Guide, it's our visitor guide. We'd always published about 55,000 copies, distributed them, and through networking with the other folks here, I realized nobody else is really putting this many out. We evaluated it. We're decreasing it to 25,000 to 35,000. We'll distribute them through the region, use them for fulfillment, and see if we have any dire effects from decreasing. We had done community brochures, a set of 11 of them. Kind of realized that that had ran its course. We switched over to the community map. So we've got one map representing everybody. And it's been okay, but it's not worth investing into the future when we've got other things that can bring our visitors to us. Social media, we are applying for the Element 242. Social media, we discovered, was challenging. It's been a struggle for us, so that's fine. We'll hire experts that can do it and do it well. We're very excited about Element 242. That's something that can be offered to the entire region. And we've got a lot of folks in the tourism business out there. What I'm not putting in print, for fair, it will be kind of like the Sports Illustrated taboo with the athletes. You put them on the cover, then suddenly they have a rough year. This quarter could be our first flat or first decrease in lodging tax revenues. We've increased all year, all last year over our past. And we might be going into a flat, but thankfully summer's coming. And everybody says, how come, you're still growing? We can only guess. And I'm guessing that a lot of that was due to business travel, why there was so much decrease in the rest of the state. Maybe we're not the business hub that we thought we were for business travel. Maybe we are serious recreation. We're a day drive from Spokane, day drive from Boise. We're affordable. So, we've learned a lot through this, and we've also, our organization has worked very hard to help the businesses better market themselves. Pay attention to what the state's doing. Align ourselves with what your efforts are, as much as reasonable, as much as we can, as much as what fits our needs. And, we've got hoteliers that have had the best year in history. We've got outfitters that, same thing, really good year. We've got others that haven't had such a good year, but we're still plugging away. The other thing I'd like to bring your attention to is our byways. In the past, we've always asked for revenue or for grant money to cover our byways, the top 10. This year, we're transferring that responsibility over to our Northwest Passage Scenic Byway. It's a strong organization. They're doing some really good things, and it's just time to let them create their new identity. So overall, our grant request this year is for less money than it was last year, and accommodating for what Northwest Passage would be asking for as far as top 10, the Scenic Drive Co-op. And we're excited to get into the new year and learn some new things.